It's a Sunday with Maria Schaefer singing. That's going to be a good one, so mark your calendars. That's a Sunday. Then on Sunday, March 2nd, we've got Crystal Lewis and the well-known Tony Guerrero and a bunch of his friends big band playing on that one. If you saw Crystal's show last year, it was fantastic. So come on out for that. And then on that same Sunday, we've got the Buddy Rich Band. The Buddy Rich Band still plays with Kathy Rich, his daughter. And they're going to be on this stage. It's going to be a great show on Sunday, which is March the 4th. So you got that to look forward to. And then here on Thursday night next week is Valentine's Eve. So come on out, maybe bring a friend, bring a date, and enjoy Andrea Miller, who's going to be here. Oh, yeah, Tony will be here, too, believe it or not. Well, in fact, right now, this is a special night, and nobody can explain what's going to happen tonight better than Tony himself. So, Tony, tell us what are we going to witness here tonight? Would you welcome Tony Guerrero?
Thank you, Tim. I don't know what you're going to witness tonight. I know what we're going to try to do. We'll see how it goes. So we'll tell some stories later and give you some of our history together. But let me introduce these guys to you first. Back there on the drums, it is Mr. Tom Dante. Might want to button your shirt up a little bit. It's a little too sexy up there. Over there on bass, my good friend, Mr. Daryl Williams. I don't know if there's anybody in the house with a better mustache, but this is Mr. Chris Barron right here. If there was ever a guy who should have been named Dirk, it's you. That's a Dirk face, is it? Is it? Chris Dirk Barron? And tonight is a night for me. It's not that we don't play together anymore. We do. But Greg and I have a long history, and we'll talk about it as the night goes on. But tonight's the night for us to kind of look back on some of our old tunes from yesteryear. And, Greg and I met in 1984 and started making music together back then. And by the 90s, we were both putting out albums and touring the world. And so we have a lot of history doing that. And I don't know about you, but I almost never play these songs anymore. So some of the ones we'll do, it'll be fun to do. So we're just going to get started with an old classic by Joe Zawinul called Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. Thank you very much. Let's do the in crowd. Can you get a little more sax? Let's do the in crowd. Yeah, and actually more horn for me also. Drums are loud. You're welcome. Thankfully, he's really good looking. Oh, no, sorry. I thought it was somebody else on drums. No, sorry. Sorry. That was Mercy, Mercy, Mercy by the great Joe Zawinul, who wrote that song when he was a member of Cannonball Adderley's quintet back in the early 1960s. And it has since become a standard, not only in the straight jazz community, but in the smooth jazz community as well. And we'd like to do another song that has kind of done that same crossover. This was a song... it wasn't written by Ramsey Lewis, but he had a big instrumental hit with it sometime around 1965. And in 2008, I helped produce an album of Greg's that, right? Yeah. And, yeah, that was... And we put this song on there, and we're going to do that song now. This is a tune called The In Crowd. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on, everybody. All right, Greg Vail, the In Crowd. Available wherever you're stealing music for free these days. All right, I promised a little bit of history. I'm going to do this in a few different parts. I'm going to start by embarrassing myself with a couple of things. I'm going to start with this photo right here. That is my real hair, ladies and gentlemen, in 1991. I have no excuse for the pink hat, but, oh, that reminds me. Okay, don't change the photo yet.
And your own logo jacket. That's nice. You got your name on it back. Yeah. Oh, come on.
I still have the jacket. It still fits. It still looks awesome on me. While I'm showing off bad clothes from the 90s, check these out. These, now they faded over the years, but these were a pair of custom-made electric blue cowboy boots with music notes on the side and my initials engraved and electric blue python skin, because, you know, the electric blue python is so common in nature. But yeah, I wore the heck out of these. The only thing I can't show you tonight is I used to wear an earring also, although the hole's still there. I just don't have any more dangly earrings to show you. But so that's the hair. Wait, oh, there it is. There's the earring. Yeah. And the closest I ever got to a beard. All right, so this next one, don't show this next picture yet, but the next one I'm going to talk about is, I was even just telling Chris this right before the show, is that back in the 80s, when I did my very first album, I was in this phase of just naming songs after cool words. I didn't have to really know what they meant. It didn't matter what they meant if they were just cool-sounding words. And that is how my very first album came to be called Tiara. Yeah. Yeah, and like Chris said, it sounds like the Fiero, right? Fiero. I didn't know it was a little princess tiara. I just was thinking it's a cool sounding word. But my second album, this is the one I want to talk about because this is another embarrassing thing that I just showed Chris right before the show. And so I decided to add it tonight. So my second album came out in 1989, and that was before we had the internet and email and we could send pictures around, and the graphic designer they chose to work on my album was based in Arizona. So the way we did things is we would send things through the mail. It would take days and weeks to make decisions about graphic design and things like that. And so I want to show you the design that they showed me initially was going to be the design. Like, this was just a mock-up of what that album would look like. And I thought, now, again, it's 1989. The album was going to be called Different Places. It was called This Time when we did this. But, right, it's kind of cool, like a little rainbowish thing. And so we thought, yeah, we approved that. And we said, that would be cool. And, we'll go take a photo in kind of a desert scene. So we approved this. And then weeks later, we get the box in the mail without having seen the final version of it. And this is what I got. Yeah. Yeah, go back and show that first one again. Can you show the first one, or can you not go back? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I mean, yeah, so that's my second album cover, which I think is one of the all-time worst album covers ever. And it was too late. By the time I saw it, there were boxes full of it. So that's my origin story. And we'll talk more about some of Greg's stuff in a little bit. But I was actually sweating as I was showing you that. So yeah, my first album was called Tiara. My second album had a big rainbow on it. And we'd like to do a song now from an album I did in 1996 that was co-produced with Rob Mullins, piano player. And this is a song, this is actually the title track. Again, just a word I thought sounded cool, but thankfully no hidden meaning. This is called Mystery. Dang, that stuff's harder than I remember it to be. All right. Hey, it's time for some embarrassing Greg Vail photos. So I just told Tim, I sent him a bunch of photos, and I just said, show them in any order, and I'll explain what they are. So again, before he does that, well, that's good. That's right. Oh, that's a good one. So I'll just say while you're staring at that Greg and I met in 1984 doing a dinner theater in San Clemente. And we started working together and doing all sorts of things together. And this particular photo, that's Fabio on the right there, right? That's our friend Shelley. Do you remember Shelley? And this was taken at a place called Cafe Concerto, which was not far from here. And it was a coffee house, and they had music. And I have no idea what's going on, but that's a great photo of you right there. Okay, next one. Let's see. Yeah, next one. Here we go. Oh, this is Greg and I playing at the Bon Appetit in Westwood. This is probably right around 1989. You can tell from the bolo tie I'm wearing. And I think that's the exact same microphone I have tonight, by the way. But Bon Appetit was a very well-known club in the day, back in the 80s, and maybe they closed before the 90s, I think. So, all right, next one. This is at the album release for my first album. This was at my mom's house. We had a huge party with like 200 people there and a little jam session, and a lot of good people were there, but I'm not seeing in that picture. But that was just me and Greg playing, and yeah, boy, I was a little fatter, wasn't I? Yeah, that's two of me right there. All right. Okay, I love that jacket I'm wearing. This is Greg and I playing at, remember this, Chicago Bulls, 1993. This was an underground club. At the time, it was the oldest jazz club in Chicago, and I don't think it's there anymore. And that's us playing there. And that's how low the ceiling was. It was an underground club. But I do remember loving that jacket I was wearing. Okay, next one. I didn't say these were going to be exciting. It was just fun for me to look at. This is at the old Cafe Lido. Did anybody ever go to Cafe Lido? This was at the second Cafe Lido because it was a smaller place at first. And I'm wearing that same jacket. That's Dave Hooper on drums and Brian Bromberg on the bass. Yeah. You remember Dave Hooper? Dave Hooper is a great drummer who was also the voice for not the Jolly Green Giant, but for the Little Sprout in the cartoons. When he was a little kid, he was the voice of Sprout. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next up. Just a few more here. Oh, this is also at the Cafe Lido, but I thought you would enjoy this one because it also includes Rob Mullins on the bottom there. That's a very skinny Doug Webb right next to Rob Mullins. And see the guy back there with he's losing the hair on top, but he still has the long hair? That's Dave Murdy right there. Dave Murdy. And Greg and Dave, yeah. That's me in the back wearing a tie. Okay. All right, next up. Jeffrey Dahmer glasses. That is great drummer, but I can't remember his name right now. This is Greg and I when we did the Cancun Jazz Festival in 1991. That was a lot of fun because that was like 10,000 people, and we got to headline that show. And that's us in the hotel showing a sock for some reason. That was after the show because you can tell I'm like sweaty and, oh, Tom, look at that shirt. That's some white skin and chest hair right there. Okay, I think maybe just one or two more shots here coming up. Or is that it? That's it? Oh, no, here we go. Oh, this was at the Coach House when we used to do a Christmas show there every year. Do you remember that? Yeah. No, this one's Coach House. This is also the Coach House. That's you and me. Look how long my hair was, guys. That's Eric Marienthal on sax, Grant Geisman on guitar. Yeah, we go back a long ways with all these guys. So, is that the last one, or we have more? Is that it? Wait, what's this? Oh, this is Greg and me in 1987. I remember because it was a party in 1987 at my mom's house, and look at how badly I was dressing. I mean, what's up with that hat? It was a little bit Indiana Jones, a little bit Chuck Mangione, the bolo tie. Yeah. All right. Oh, there's more. Another one at Bon Appetit with Dave Murdy again. Yeah, look at Dave. Look how happy he was to have hair. All right, that's probably it, right? Or is there more? Oh, there's more. Oh, I think I just posted that one. I think I just included that because of how hot you are. with that in mind, we're going to feature Greg Vail now on a song that we're going to do a song called "Within Your Love," and this is a song that I wrote for Greg's first album, and it was sort of, you know, he was already kind of popular for playing the song Europa around town, and I wanted to kind of write something that had that sort of vibe. It doesn't quite match it, but it was a fun ballad for him to do for a while. And do you ever still do this song? Probably not. This is called "Within Your Love." Hold on, we're going to stop. That was totally my fault. I forgot to change the sound on my keyboard, and that sounded horrible. My bad. We're going to do it one more time. Yeah, one more time.
One more time.
You're still sexy. You felt like what? Like you were in the 90s. Yeah. It was kind of closer to 80s. It was a little bit St. Elmo's Fire, right? That's all right. I wish I had some of that St. Elmo's money. We're going to do another song of mine from that era. This is a song that never got put on an album, but we used to do it in all of our live shows, and this is called Bumpin'. That's called bumping. You remember when in the early 90s those that workwear or like workout clothes company called Bum was out? Do you remember those? Just used to have B period U period M period across, right? Dave Hooper, that drummer for my birthday one year, gave me one that said B-U-M and on the back was the P-I-N. For bumping. Yeah, right? Wasn't that nice? Yeah. I didn't say the stories would be great tonight. There was no promise of that. Hey, we're going to do a song now. Back in, I think around 1995, Greg was signed to a deal that had him doing, gosh, was it like 100 tracks or something for Time Life? I don't know. It's a bunch of...
It was, I think it was 40.
40?
I think they did 4 CDs of 10 songs.
Okay, yeah, it was all like romantic. It was called Sax by Candlelight.
But this song was actually on the previous record.
Oh, and this wasn't on that?
Yeah, this was on that 95 release, Emotion.
Oh,
and
my
then
bad.
because it was so dang good, they just stuck it on the Time Warner
Oh, got it.
love
Okay.
song thing.
All right.
Yeah.
And it made us all rich.
Oh, yeah, we are just fat.
This is a great Smokey Robinson tune called Just to See Her.
Yeah, I actually played with Smokey. I gave it to him. I was like all excited. I'm going, I hope he likes it. I gave it to him. I never heard from him. So I think he loved it. I really do.
No, he told me. He told me he thought it was great.
So this is off my 95 release, Emotion, and also off of the Time Life Warner. And literally, when we did those, we did commercials. I had to go to North Carolina to shoot these commercials, and it ended up being like 40 degrees outside, and they did all coloration to make it all look blue and sunny and stuff. And literally, I'd be freezing, shaking, and they'd all the cast would all be around me, the crew doing the thing. They'd warm me up, and then they'd send me back out into the cold. And they're throwing bread in the fan so that all the seagulls are flying in the background, and it was like, I mean, literally, it was 40 degrees. It was horrible, but it was really fun because it was a election cycle, and they would push me to like 3 a.m. on different networks, and there'd be a commercial, and it'd be some silly thing, and there would be me. It was pretty fun. So this is off of all that stuff and that fun era of Sax by Candlelight, Sax by Moonlight, Time Warner, Time Life, all that fun. Just to See Her. I also, another footnote is that my just freshly ex-wife was a singer, Diana Dietrich. She worked up at the View. A couple of you said you remember me from the View. She actually sang on this, and even though we were splitting up, I figured, you know what, I'm leaving her on it. And so every single time I do this track, when I use the track, I totally can hear her. I totally tell it's her, and it's like, okay, deal with it, you know. So you just live with the fact that, yeah, I left her on the session. So this is Just to See Her. to see her. That was the part she was singing, you know? Just to see, hold her. Yeah, see, hold, touch. Just to see her, and then touch. That's right, I remember. Just to touch her.
Greg Vail. You know what? It's her loss. She didn't get to experience the beard, so she left before the beard.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, could I ask you to put this mic into the monitor up here, and I'll explain why in a moment. Check, 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 check. Maybe a little bit more. And then, even though I was hounding you during sound check like a jerk that I was, now I'd like less reverb on this microphone for the next couple of songs, if you don't mind. Okay, hey, how about it for Mike running sound back there? So if I were to look at the time, I would think, knowing what our last tune is going to be, we potentially could start the last tune now and it would run us right to the end, or we could try to squeeze a couple more in, but I actually want to do something a little special and unplanned, and it's because I happen to have just noticed that a fantastic young vocalist is in the house, and I'm going to impose on her. I didn't even ask her if it was okay, and ask her to come sing a song with us. You guys can lay out because we don't have any charts for you guys, and it's going to break the 90s vibe for a little bit. And if you would please welcome, and you're going to play piano. Yeah. If you would please welcome to the stage one of the best young singers I've heard in a long time. Please welcome Alex Robinson to the stage. That is, if she hasn't walked out once I started talking. You can just take a break. You could leave. Yeah, go ahead. Hi. I didn't tell you anything, did I? No. So I'm so glad you came, though. Why don't you guys work out some tune that we can do? You're not good enough. No.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Let's see. Yeah, any standard. How about it for Tom Dante on the drums? Daryl Wilson on the bass. Hey, I'm gonna also mention this. Daryl Wilson. What? Williams, am I saying Wilson? Oh, I keep thinking of Dylan Wilson, who's another bass player friend of mine. Sorry, Daryl Williams. Did I say that earlier? Did I say Wilson earlier? No, I said Williams. Okay, all right. Whatever, Tom Dummy. Okay, Daryl Williams is not only a fantastic bass player, but he is an artist in his own right. And while Greg and I maybe used to be on the smooth jazz charts, Daryl Williams is still putting out #1 singles and is currently all over everybody's records and constantly on the charts with his own. So please check out Daryl Williams, not Daryl Wilson. Daryl Williams when you are driving home or whatever. And okay, so we're gonna do a tune here. I don't even know what it is. What is it? Oh, great. Okay, you can use this mic.
Okay. In E flat. Hello. I came to spectate this and did not think I'd be singing. So, hi everybody. I'm sporting my Wolfpack merch because they just released a single today. And then that's what we're here to do. Okay. Lately, I find myself out gazing at stars, hearing guitars like someone in love. Sometimes the things I do astound me, oh, mostly whenever you're around me. Lately, I seem to walk as though I have wings, bump into things like someone in love. Each time I look at you, I'm limp as a glove and feeling like someone in guitars like someone in love. Sometimes the things I do astound me. Oh, mostly whenever you're around me. Oh, lately I seem to walk as though I have wings. Bump into things like someone in love. Each time I look at you, I'm limp as a glove and feeling like someone. Oh, I'm feeling like someone. Oh, I'm feeling like someone in love. Beautiful. Wow.
Alex Robinson. So great. Made the whole night worth it. All right, well, you're going to be hearing a lot more from her, of course, just not tonight. All right, let's welcome back to the stage Tom Dante, Steve Williams, Daryl Williams on the bass. Oh, Wilson, sorry. Wilson Williams on the bass. Let's do Land to Make Believe. And where's Greg Vail? Greg Vail? Oh, yeah. No worries, Greg. We're just still doing a show here. Hey, I want to thank you guys for coming out and joining us tonight. This has been a fun night for me. And I'm sure it was a great thrill for the guys to get a chance to play with me. They say you should never meet your heroes, but Tom met me back in... Thank you for being here. Thank you also for supporting live music here, not only in Orange County, but right here at Campus JAX. And we're just always so grateful that you show up, and we're grateful to this club for being here and allowing us to do this music. You know, back in the days when... thank you, yeah. I was thinking about that coming here because, you know, we were hoping to we didn't have like a real rehearsal. We were hoping to run a few tunes before we got going tonight. And it dawned on me that back in those days, we didn't rehearse because we were playing at Cafe Lido every Friday and Saturday. So like our band was really tight for a long time because we just were working constantly. And if we had new tunes, we'd just work it out there and then we'd go record them. And anyways, fun to think back on those times and that hair. And we'd like to do a song now that, even though I didn't write it, it was the closing song for most of my shows back in those days. And I've just started doing it again quite a bit. And it's a classic Chuck Mangione song. The only problem with it is that it's usually the highlight of the night, and it's the song I didn't write. Like, we'll do a whole show of my music, and then everybody loves the last one that I didn't write. But this is called Land to Make Believe. And once again, we just thank you for being here.
Yeah, let's hear it for the guys.
Tom Dante, Daryl Williams, Greg Vale, Chris Barron. My name is Tony Guerrero. Thank you, guys.
And the winner of tonight's long note battle. Thanks for coming out. Thank you, Tony. And again, just big thanks to both Tony and Greg just for all that they do with us here at Campus JAX. And, it's great to have artists in residence as far as I'm concerned. And we couldn't ask for any two better guys. And Chris Barron here. There we go. We have a special on the jacket tonight. We're collecting funds. We're actually auctioning the jacket tonight for the Shave the Chris Barron privilege. No, we would never do that. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Check campusjax.com. Join us any night. Yeah, I don't know. You got another song up your sleeve there, Tony? Got anything left after that long note? Here we go. Take us out with something great. Thanks again, guys, for coming out.
I realized why this jacket fits. I was awfully fat back then. We're going to do, we weren't planning on this, but, there's a song that we kind of have to do if we're doing songs from the 90s, and we've got Greg Vale. So we're going to feature Greg Vale to close out the night on Europa. Thank you. Good night.